Time for teams to start making moves towards the postseason. Here we go. It's week 11. Starting from the 5. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Allen trying this straight ahead. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. Setting up a throw. That's complete to the rookie out of Alabama. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Throwing now from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And that gives the Browns a first.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Into the hands of Pat Freiermuth. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line.
Sometimes you're looking to push the ball down the field. As I've said before, the crumbs lead to a cookie. And you never go broke taking a profit, and those big tight ends will often find you those easy check-down yards.
From the 35 on 2nd down. Fits it through the middle. Has some room to work. And he's going to take this one in for the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
That one right down the middle. And the Browns will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. Return starts at the 3. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. They'll run here on first down. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Christian Barmore with the play. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Back to the well again. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. A solid gain of 6 there. It's going to be 3rd and just a yard. They're going play action. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Trying to push this past the marker. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. That was the biggest 3-yard gain you're going to see because instead of a turnover on downs, Brock, it gets them a first.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a first with some room to spare.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
From the 48, he puts everything behind this one, and he hauls in the interception. And the Browns are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Already in an early hole on the scoreboard. That is not what they needed in response, Brock. Giving away possession with the pick.
You know, we got a lot of game left, obviously. Nowhere close to them putting it away. But you can see things starting to unravel a little bit, even after just 2 possessions. A touchdown here could really continue that momentum towards an early runaway.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Completed over the middle. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
They'll run here with Tyjae Spears. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
You know, coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession. Or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Looking for a throw here. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the... A lot of guys there, and it's intercepted. And the Caps will take over at the start of the next quarter. It's a big momentum swing on the final play of our opening quarter. Neither side separating much so far. More of the NFL on EA Sports right after this. All right, it's about time to get started with quarter number 2. Home offense out, ready to go. They have it following that interception on the final play of the first quarter. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. That's 16 on the pickup. And it'll give them a first down.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Brought in close to the 8. They bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. And the catch is made for the touchdown. The Caps parlay the interception into points. Brock Bowers, the touchdown. Extra point attempt coming up. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Caps tie this game 7-7. And after they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. Has this at the 6. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Escapes the pocket. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Stopped by the unmistakable Max Crosby.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
And he'll get it up to the 44. A 9-yard gain and good for a 1st down.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Pass play coming here. Chased out to his right. Taking a deep shot there on 1st down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that really well-covered Cade on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Second and 10 now. Complete to Braylon Allen. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Okay, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Third and long for him here. That's caught for the 1st. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position by hitting on that shot. You've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Shotgun handoff now for Spears. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Started a little slow, but we've arrived at the 2-minute warning. It's the Browns who have it 2nd and 9. We had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And now it'll be 3rd and goal. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested.
Intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And the Caps take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. They go play action here. Taking a shot, deep down the field it goes. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
To throw again on 2nd and 10. He's loaded another one up. And he makes the wait. No, he didn't hang on. It falls incomplete.
With how hard it is to get an open look downfield, can't let the coverage off the hook with the drop. Saw open space, started running before he was able to watch the ball into his hands.
Here he is on 3rd and long. This has been a trend, yet another interception. Greg Newsome has it. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks him up, gets it right back for them.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Caught by Freiermuth. And he's able to get this down to the 13.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win. And a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Shotgun handoff for Allen. And the hit stops him cold. Wow, he maybe got back to the line. Nothing for them on 2nd down, and now it's 3rd and 1.
Hey, as much as I love talking about these physical matchups, right now this is psychological. This adds some layers to this 3rd down call. Do you try your hand at another run and hope it fares better? Tougher to go back to it again when it just gets stuffed.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Complete beyond the marker. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's got it! Touchdown, Cleveland! The Browns take the lead just before halftime. Pat Freiermuth, the touchdown. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
Fairbairn connects on the extra point. And the Browns break that tie and now lead by 7. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. Returning it from the 4. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. Motioning him from the slot right. He's back to throw. Catch is made down the right sideline.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in 1 play and keep driving that defense backwards.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Here comes the final play of our first half. A final throw before the break. He's going deep. Oh, no, they get him yet again. And the Browns are stopped on that return, so that interception's going to be the final play of this opening half. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Huard with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. From the 37. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And brings up 3rd down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last second attempt to get rid of it.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Back to throw now. Short pass brought in. It's a pickup of 11, and that'll be a 1st down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They go play action on 1st. And they pick him off again. Oh, the ball is loose again. And the Browns pick it up. And the Browns take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
I think the defense would have just settled for getting off the field with the takeaway, but they had a nice little present onto the end of it for their teammates who start this possession with much better field position.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. They'll throw to begin this drive. He's on the move. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
First and 10, looking to throw. Well, the pressure nearly got Still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Throwing it again on second down. Escapes the pocket. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
This is one of those occasions that it looks so promising when you take off as a quarterback, and then you're reminded just how fast these defenses are in the NFL. Couldn't quite move the chains, but it wasn't for a lack of trying.
3rd and 4 coming up now. He's going to throw this one. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Working across the middle, Brock. It is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
Everly's kick is good. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
And he showed some burst on that return, getting them all the way to their own 40.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Give now to the running back. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. He'll throw it. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Throw on 3rd down. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes.
Man, with how hard it is, Kate, to get these plays down the field, you can't let the coverage off the hook with a drop. It just can't happen. But you're going to see it right here. He saw the open space ahead of him and started running before he ever brought the ball fully in.
Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. That punt gets up to 59 yards. And the Browns will go on offense. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Now the shotgun give to Spears. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
2nd and 6 now. On the move, headed right. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the 1st down.
Play action on 1st down. Oh, brother, it's interception. Emmanuel Forbes makes the play. And the Caps take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life, really on both sides of the ball. Right? You watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six, yeah, it stinks for the...
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Offense up to the line fast.
A 9-yard loss. It's now second
Another try following the sack.
at the Browns' 19.
Looking right, and he finds him. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made.
You know, Kate, over the years, I have heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
And oh, he got it! Interception! Greg Newsome has it. And the Browns will be set up at the 20-yard line following that interception.
At their own 20-yard line.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. On the handoff, Allen. The flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. This is Allen on the give. And without much room to work, he has a minimal gain on the final play of the 3rd quarter. 3 quarters in the books from this one. It's Browns ball working to carry this lead through to the end. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Back to throw. Fits it through the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 22 on that one. And that's good for Cleveland. 1st down. They're throwing it. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. That's Jefferson. He's got it. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. So now here's 3rd and 5. Now looking to throw. He has the 1st over the middle. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that gives the Browns a 1st.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
And his pass is going to fall incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. So that brings up 2nd down. They are throwing it again. Buys time, rolling right. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Throwing on 3rd and long. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Builds up this... Oh, he lost the football! And it's picked up by the defense. Look, you know I'm always trying to be positive, partner. You take away the ending, it was a great drive. Everything they were hoping for, but all that work and effort, it's gone.
And all that people are going to remember is that ending, Kate. That's all that unfortunately matters for this offense.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. This one intended for the running back. And now they face 2nd down. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Forced out to his right. Oh no, they get him yet again. And the Browns will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
I think it's safe to say his day is beyond repair now, if it wasn't long ago. He just hasn't been reading these coverages at all, and it's clearly not on the same page with his receivers. I think it really is now time to think about his confidence for future games and get him out of this ball game.
He spins right by him. Give him just 1 yard, I think, on the run. Still some work to do here on 2nd and goal.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
It's Allen again. And he's in. It's a Cleveland touchdown. The Browns can put this out of reach as they make it a 16-point lead. Braylon Allen, the touchdown. Point after, up and good by Fairbairn. And the Browns take a 3-possession lead. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. Tucker now on the return. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Browns are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
You know, my dad was my old high school coach. He was a play caller. He was an offensive guy. And after days like this, and I remember one in particular, he'd say, son, some days peanuts, some days shells. This has been nothing but a bunch of shells for this quarterback today.
It's caught. This is Tyjae Spears. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. On the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
The throw is caught. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. 9-yard pickup, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
I'm sure Coach, a play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Spears trying this straight ahead. And he pushes them a little closer to the 3. It's 2 yards on the gain, and now it'll be 2nd and goal.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Spears, and he gets in, touchdown. The Browns put up even more points in a win. It's a Tyjae Spears touchdown. Fairbairn connects on the extra point. And the Browns make it a 24-point ball game. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. Tucker now on the return. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30.
After all, the 30-yard line.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Getting right back to it after that interception. Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
It's a gain of 21 yards. That's good for Harris. First down. 1st and 10 at the 49.
Throwing off the play fake here. That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it might not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding calls. So the refs get him for holding, and that's going to back this offense up. Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now 1st and 20. They'll run here following the penalty. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
And he's got it up to midfield and into Browns territory. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8. So the Browns will take this win home with them.